Hi, this is Serafina Tarot, and I am starting my very first tarot reading, general reading video. So, excuse me, this is going to be very slow, and I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes. I'm going to give myself grace, so I hope that you can too. And I am actually a little bit sick, so pardon my voice as well. I have shuffled out some oracle cards for 3 different groups. So we've got 3 different kinds of amethyst to choose from. And I'll get into the tarot later on, but for now, we can choose group 1 here. Has this little amethyst rock. Then we have group 2 with this chevron amethyst tumbled rock. And we have group 3 with this amethyst point. So you can choose your group and head on to your reading. Hi, group 1. So we've got our amethyst over here, and your oracle cards are ashwagandha, purpose, number 54, and star keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. So put your cards here. And we're going to shuffle your tarot here. I'm going to do all the tarot shuffling on camera. So give me a second while I do this. And like I said, my first reading on here is going to be really messy and slow, and I'm not totally sure what to all say yet. So we'll see how things go, and I might actually need to use notes to read the tarot. So we'll see. All right, and this is a general reading, so we're just going to check in how you're doing, what things are feeling like at this time for you. I'm gonna take reversals. Beautiful. So your cards are coming out pretty quick. Seems like things are flowing. All right. Whoop. There's an extra one there. We'll take it. And the back of the deck energy here. It's the Ace of Swords. We have the Moon upside down here. The 3 of Cups in reverse. The Empress in reverse. 6 of Wands upright. The 10 of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands. And Ace of Swords in the back of the deck. I'm going to first read your oracle cards. So we've got Star Keeper first. And this is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, The more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission, to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. And your starseed activation is place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I acknowledge that I'm a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. And I just noticed here we've got 111 down in the corner. That's the page number. So you've got your guides and angels looking out for you, and you're heading in the right direction. I feel like reading that bit is all that I really need to go there. I think you can come to your own conclusions with that. I don't really feel called to say much more. Definitely you're a star being if you're here and you're watching this and you feel like it's resonating. Your next oracle is Ashwagandha, purpose, with the number 54. We've got the North Node and the Moon related here. Some chakras to the side. It's a really beautiful card. I really love this deck. Focus. There. Yeah, so gorgeous. You got the sun and the moon. And what a beautiful plant to have too. This is the Herbal Astrology Oracle by Adriana Ayala. Number 54. I feel nervous doing this, but at the same time, it feels so grounding and it feels so good to do this. I really love giving tarot readings. I've just learned, and I really love how people respond when I read too. I've given readings to a few friends, and now they always ask me to bring my tarot cards with me when I come over, which I find really fun. So I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, Ashwagandha, purpose. Upright, finding divine purpose, dharma, which is your purpose, and finding the future self, receiving a divine gift. So I'm going to skip ahead. They go through history and the different things that the plant, like the astrology of the plant, and they go into Ayurveda and different uses the plants have had. So I really like this guidebook for that. But skipping to the guidance, Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potentials of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability, yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidity, and expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it is not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you're living in alignment with your Dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling. Sorry, I just got lost in thought because I feel like this is so aligned with my energy. This reading might be for me too. Just the idea that we don't need to have every answer. We can just start and live in our Dharma without actually knowing everything that we need to know. But anyway, back to it. When you're living in alignment with your Dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your efforts feel unfocused or purposeless, even if you've lost touch with your why. Remain open to the mystery of the journey, stay focused and playful, keep following the signs. And Palo Santo might be something for you as well, just because that was in the camera for so long. So I'll just leave this guidance here. If you feel called to read it, you can take a screenshot of that. There you go. Yeah, so getting into the tarot for this energy check, we are starting with the moon. I'm going to drop in a little bit more here. Feeling a touch flighty. But the moon really has to do with our subconscious fears, anxieties, illusions, and what's under the surface. So it's not things that are readily conscious and not things that we can see very clearly at the moment. So with this being in reverse, and I know I kind of flipped them a little bit funny, but I do think that these are in the correct reversal or not. So I'll just check. We'll just make sure these are supposed to be in reverse or upright. Yeah, so these are all good. So to me, this is saying that we are becoming conscious of the things in our unconscious and doing the work to really bring about that healing that we need so that we can stop these patterns, stop living through these patterns. Maybe you've experienced some patterns recently, like I have, in whatever topic they might be, relationships like me, or business or work, friendships. It could be, whatever you might be experiencing, those patterns coming up in, and we're really becoming finances. That's a big one too. We're really becoming aware of what's lying underneath the surface and working to fix it. Now with the Three of Cups, so to me, if this was upright, it would be we're going out partying, we're hanging out with friends, we're meeting lots of people. So maybe you're going into a bit more of a hermit mode, you're not seeing people as much, or maybe this is that we do want to move towards hanging out with people and balancing our own needs. If you're someone who needs a lot of alone time and downtime, balance your social activities with alone time and spending your free time to yourself with being social, and being social around the right people. You don't have to go out and socialize just for the heck of it. You can go out and you can be really discerning and choose who you want to spend your time with the most. Moving on to the Empress. So the Empress is about fertility. She is just this lovely lady who is extremely soft and caring and nurturing and feminine, abundant. She represents love and self-worth and the divine feminine. So perhaps with this being in reverse, we need to step more into the feminine and allow our lives to be a little bit softer, a little bit easier because we can make our lives harder than they need to be. And I know I do this myself, so no judgment here. there's no judgment card here either. So, but we can just allow ourselves this abundance. She's got this field of wheat. She's got strawberries on her dress, and it's really pure with the white, and heart-centered and happy with the yellow, and there's power with the red. And we can just allow more of this abundance, and it might take us actually letting that in, but in a more active way. It's a feminine style of being active. We're not pushing and forcing and go getting like the masculine. We're just actually taking the actions that feel aligned in a soft, gentle way. So that could be something to look to do, and just allow yourself to embody that feminine energy. With the Six of Wands here, we're stepping into, and this is the kind of moving forward. I think of it like this is more past energy to present to future. And the Six of Wands is about stepping forward into success. There's a victory here. Maybe we've come to a conclusion of some kind. Maybe we've gotten a certain achievement complete, and or maybe it's just about feeling victorious in, maybe you're stepping into the feminine energy more and feeling victorious in that. And so there really is this desire to celebrate, and when we're excited and when we celebrate ourselves, that's when we bring more things to celebrate in. So we can have that gratitude, we can celebrate, and that's really going to make it so that we have more things to be grateful for and to celebrate in our lives. So really embrace this Six of Wands here and enjoy that passion and the power of having that success and that victory. Now, with the Ten of Cups being upside down, this is an interesting juxtaposition, because we've got this victory here, and then we've got this like emotional fulfillment card that's in reverse. So, and with the 10, it's like that's the highest minor arcana that we can have in the cups. And cups are about emotional fulfillment, and we see this couple with their two children, and if you're family oriented, this is like the dream with your land and your home. But this could mean, if that's not what your life is wanting to look like, or not what you want, then it's some other kind of emotional fulfillment. Maybe this means you're super happy being on your own. Maybe it's you're super happy with a partner and no kids. Maybe it is having the whole family shebang. And this is in reverse. So maybe we're feeling that this isn't possible right now, and that it's not coming, we're not moving towards that at this time. And so if this is what you're desiring, if this is what you're looking for, there's something to assess here. Are you doing the things that light you up, that are moving you towards this happy emotional fulfillment, this 10 of Cups, this completion? Or are you looking in the wrong direction? And what is this 10 of Cups that you want? Maybe you're not moving in the direction because you don't know what it is that you want this to look like. Like maybe it isn't the whole family thing. Maybe it's going traveling around the world for a year. Who knows? But what is the thing that is going to emotionally fulfill you, and how do you call that in? So maybe some journaling or meditation here. And if you're like me, I'm so sick of people telling me to meditate and to journal. So, whatever it is that you feel would support you in figuring this out. And there's no pressure to figure it out right now either. Like, what if you just put this in the back of your mind and a year from now you're like, oh, I figured it out and I didn't even like really try because the question was playing in the background in my subconscious and then it like showed itself to me when I was ready. So it's not something to add on more work, more practices, more, things to do. It's just, this is something that is wanting to be shown to you and for you to be more aware of so that you can move towards your emotional fulfillment in some sort of way, whether it's a very practical Capricorn, like grounded, I'm going to do this and this and this, or if it's very like loose and flowy and I'm going to like be a bit Gemini and think about it over here and then do this over there and then, it can be, whatever way you want it to be. We've got the Page of Wands next, and so that to me, the court cards can represent people. So there may be someone new, passionate, and a new passion or attraction and new love coming in. Page are the youngest of the court cards, so it can be like a very fresh start, someone that you haven't known before, and it could also just be that you're feeling this energy, that there is a new passion or excitement in your life, and to allow that to develop and grow, and to allow that love to take flight. So that's very exciting. And maybe it'll turn into this 10 of Cups. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you'll see and let me know if that happens, or if this reading resonates. Please let me know. And then we've got on the back of the deck, the overall energy of the reading is the Ace of Swords. So to me, this means that we have, hold on, I'm just going to look at my notes here for a second. The Ace is the lowest minor arcana, so it's very new. It's a new passion or excitement as well. Or sorry, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. I told you I'd make mistakes. Ace of Swords, new ideas, communication, and expression. So perhaps you're finding the ability to speak about what you are wanting to express, just like me in this tarot reading. I'm totally beginner and I am just learning my groove, and I'm just starting to speak and express what I want to express, and I hope it resonates. But that's the overall energy of just starting to express yourself in a new way. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would love it if you hit a like if you did, and you could subscribe, hit that little notification button, and I'm planning on doing more, I guess. I actually quite enjoyed this, and I didn't know how it would feel, but it's pretty fun. So if you want to see these, if you want to see more, please do let me know, and that's how I'm going to decide whether to continue. So let me know. And yeah, if you felt called to any of the other piles now or at a later time, this is a timeless reading, so you can do an energy check now, and maybe you resonate with pile 1, and maybe later on you resonate with pile 3. You could go check that out, or whichever pile. And yeah, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi, group 2. So we have your oracles here, and I'm gonna put your chevron guy over there. And we got 3 of the herbal astrology oracles for you. So I'm just gonna take them all. We're not gonna read the whole thing, passages for those, but we will take them because they want it to come out for you. So, starting with the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck by Adriana Ayales, and I love her deck so much. It's just gorgeous. But first we have Chamomile with the number 9 and Inner Peace. So I'll read that one. Number 9. And I said this to group 1, but I think, anyway, I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes, right? So it is my first time figuring all this out. Anyway, group number 1, what did I tell them at the beginning? I don't even remember anymore. I'm just going to go with it. We're just going to keep going. So, Chamomile, Inner Peace, upright, is peace, restoration, softness, purity, graceful, power, inner peace, delight, and harmony. The astrological rulers are the moon and the sun, which I think is really beautiful. And this guidebook has a lot of like the meanings, the history, and the astrology behind these plants. So if you want to know more, you can get this deck. But I'm going to just go to the guidance. So if you find yourself often triggered and consumed by small stresses, be aware that they accumulate, creating a chronic state of disharmony and fear. Chamomile today is reminding you not to project your fears onto life and others. Allow yourself a state of internal peace and give yourself the greatest love imagined. Chamomile, like deer energy, instills a contained center of innocence, warmth, and light within us. Deer blesses us with the power of gentleness to heal our wounds and the heart-mind of wounded beings. Don't push hard to do the work. It's the gentleness of spirit that heals all. I really love that message. So really just being kind to ourselves, allowing ourselves to rest and recover like this beautiful lady lying in the earth, and just being at peace, and maybe drink some chamomile tea, have something soothing. Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, so you can get something like chamomile related, maybe lavender too, to allow you to sleep better. And rest. I think rest is going to be really important for this group. Oh, what I wanted to say, this is a general reading. So we're doing an energy check, and this is a timeless reading, so you can watch it whenever, listen to it whenever, and maybe you resonate with this group 2 energy right now. And if you come back at a later time, maybe you resonate with a different pile's energy, so maybe you go to group 1, or maybe you resonate with that now, and there's messages for you there too. So you can totally go to multiple groups to get all of those messages for you. The next one we have is Tulsi in reverse, wealth, and the number 19. And with Mercury and Jupiter. So reversed, naivety, vanity, ignorance, emptiness, immaturity, obsession of the material world. So maybe this is why we're so tired and we need to rest more. So the guidance The Tulasi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands to catalyze magic and wealth. The fountain is centered between the goddess and peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, and heaven, the spirit world. Peacock embodies the medicine of auspiciousness, magic, and beauty, reminding us that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance and wisdom, is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability, Mercury, rather than doubt and confusion. And this impeccability with our word, I could see being really important. So maybe you want to read The Four Agreements, as that's one of the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a really good book. So don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, with Jupiter, we really want to allow in that abundance and that luck and prosperity. And with Mercury, it is about making sure our words align with our thoughts and actions and align with what we truly want. Okay. And oh, there's lavender. See, I said lavender before, and maybe that's something that's important too. Lavender is really good for rest and sleep and relaxation and stress relief, which I think would be quite important. And actually, I drink Tulsi tea. You can get Tulsi at Organic Matters. Just gonna throw that in there. I used to work there, and they've got pretty good stuff, and they ship all around Canada and the US. And I like to put rose in my Tulsi. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful tea. And then moving on, we have Mukuna 16, also in reverse. And it's with journey. And our astrological rulers are Mercury again and Uranus. So Mercury, that's about communication, speech, and then Uranus is all about being really unique, what's different. So the reverse meaning is choosing comfort, lack of trust in the unknown, resistant to change, and lack of spontaneity. So I was just checking to make sure it was still filming. I'm so new to this. Anyway, guidance. You may be, oh, and I wanted to show, I didn't show this one up close, but this is Tulsi. It's a beautiful, these cards are so beautiful. Tulsi. And Mukuna. So, Mukuna. Guidance. You may be in a state of transition, about to leave familiar territory and initiate a new journey. Something in your gut is telling you it's time for a shift, to enter a new physical space and or fields of awareness. The powers of both Mercury and Uranus oftentimes appear as spontaneous opportunities out of the blue. This is the power of the higher mind, magnetizing opportunities that match your spirit's frequency. Don't resist the journey in the name of comfort. The overwhelming rush of emotions that rise before big opportunities is signaling opportunities for growth. While the waters might seem turbulent at times, the sea of opportunities ahead will be tranquil. Let go of whatever is holding you back, be it from the past or present, and hold your gaze steadily into your future self. I paused when I read this one sentence, overwhelming rush of emotions that rises before big opportunities is signaling opportunities for growth. So I was like, what? They're opportunities, but they're signaling opportunities? But it makes sense because you get a new opportunity, like a new job, or you're moving somewhere, and that's the opportunity, and it's also an opportunity for growth. So yeah, that makes sense. Now for your other oracle, we have from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. We have Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. So I'm just gonna, because we've had so many oracles for this group, I'm just going to pick out bits and pieces, not read the whole thing. So the challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. So I'm not sure if you can hear, but somebody's sawing something outside. So that's that sound if you're curious. Most starseeds are drawn toward transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. Ooh, I feel that. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world. To learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. And if you want to read the whole thing, you can here. Just take a screenshot. There you go. And the inquiry, Starseed Soul Inquiry, do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Okay, so we're gonna get to your tarot. So here, there's my landlords have a puppy and a cat who come in my space, so get little animal hairs everywhere, but it's worth it for cuddles. And I'm using the Rider-Waite tarot. I'm learning tarot, so it's the easiest deck to learn on, and I recommend it. I wasn't sure about the visuals and the artwork at first. It didn't feel like a very pretty deck, and I find like a lot of bright colors to be kind of jarring sometimes, but I actually really like learning on it now that I know that everything has a meaning. Like all of the artwork, like all the little things in each card are symbols and they have meaning, and all the colors have meaning. So yeah, I quite like using this deck. Oh, that was fast. Do you want to be, hold on. I'm gonna ask if it's wanting to be upright or reversal with my pendulum once I get all these cards out. So that one's first. So I'm kind of taking them, that one wants to come out, as this is more past energy moving towards future energy. So, ooh, Justice, and the Four of Wands. Okay, one more. Ooh, Three of Hearts and back of the deck energy. So let's just make sure these are all set upright. Usually they just end up in the right position, but sometimes they get a bit mixed up. Sometimes I'm just like, ooh, I wish this wasn't in reverse, or it was in reverse. And then I check and I'm like, oh, okay, it just is. Yeah, because some cards aren't as fun as other cards. But anyway, we've got the Four of Pentacles starting off. So to me, this means that we're kind of like holding our resources to ourselves, whether they be money or love, words. And so we're really like, look, he's like stepping on these coins and he's like holding this at his heart. So it's really about, and he's a king, but this isn't like, this is more like lack. Like I need to hold on tight energy than like, oh, I'm a king, like I've got lots of money and it's fine. And not just money, but like values and resources. And so he's got like this city behind him, but the card is pretty gray. Like it's kind of sad. And he's got power and he's got some like bits of happiness here and he's like holding on tight. So maybe like, and this is towards the past kind of energy. So maybe you've been really holding on tight to something and we're just letting you know that you're doing this, and no judgment for me because I do this too and I get this card. I've gotten this card a few times, and so it's just about loosening the grip and letting things come and go as needed, and you'll actually get more abundance if you're not holding on so tightly. Then we've got Page of Cups here. And so the court cards can represent people. So this is like, this could be a person in your life. Maybe someone you're interested, maybe not. But the Page of Cups is about an emotional offering. It could be an offering of love, or if it's a friend, like a deeper emotional commitment, or not necessarily a commitment, but a just an offer of deeper emotional connection. And the page is quite a low. It is the lowest court card, so it's really like a beginner type energy, so not very developed. But this is saying that this offer of love or emotional connection isn't coming, and perhaps it's that it's being blocked, or perhaps whoever this is, if this isn't you, this could be you as well. Maybe you're not making this offer, maybe because you're holding on so tightly to something else. But anyway, this offer is not being made, and this is another thing to be aware of, and to like, maybe you know who this is if it's not you, and you're maybe expecting something like, are they going to, are they not? And the energy right now is saying they're not going to. Things could shift, but that's where this energy is at currently. Moving on to the Three of Pentacles. This is about working together and bringing in other influences. So maybe depending on what kind of work you do, you might want to prioritize your relationships at work and bringing people in. If you run a business, you could bring people in to help you with it. If you work for an employer, just really, how can you bring your coworkers into the mix more? And maybe this is also saying that you're doing this, which is really great. So this is more of like a present kind of energy, and that this is going to be helpful for you moving forward. Next, we have Justice in reverse. So this card, there is a lot of power on this card, and it's in reverse. So maybe you're not stepping into your power. It's also about balance. We've got the scales here. So things need to come into balance in your life, and maybe there's a sword here which reminds me of the Ace of Swords. So maybe this means that there's some sort of new way of expressing yourself that needs to happen to bring things more into balance. This could also mean that things are happening karmically. So I don't know if you're in your Saturn return or something like that, where the scales are being balanced. If you've gone too far in one direction, they're going to even themselves out naturally. I'm at the end of my Saturn return, so I know what that's like. And Saturn returns happen roughly around the age of 28 to 30. So, and then again, I think another like 28 years later, so around like 50 something, 56 or something. So that's a time of balance coming into your life. Anyway, we've then got the Four of Wands, which this is really lovely energy, and this is moving into the future energy. And next to the Three of Swords, which these are very different energies here. The Four of Wands, it does have a bit of gray, which is kind of the sad energy, but it's really like celebration. It can mean marriage. It can mean just like having a commitment, moving to another commitment in a relationship, or in some sort of passionate this is me being a newbie reader and losing words. Some sort of a passionate experience. It could be in a business or whatever kind of. Maybe you guys can help me in the comments if you feel like commenting. Like, what could this be about? But definitely marriage is a big indicator here. But also, I wouldn't say it doesn't have to be just that. It could be any other kind of exciting next step in a journey, some sort of new beginning. And it's very promising energy. There's a lot of yellow. It's like super happy. And it's next to this Three of Swords. So this card is all about the mind, like stabbing the heart. So we want to be careful in this kind of Four of Wands energy to not allow our thoughts to take over and to just stab our heart. We can just feel the joy and the happiness. And I know that's easier said than done, especially if you suffer from anxiety or depression or trauma, PTSD of any kind. I feel you. I have complex PTSD, so I know that it's not easy. But basically, we have to we don't have to. It would be helpful to try to not let the mind take over and to overanalyze and to think things through, and like to the point of putting like swords through our heart and stabbing ourselves to death, which is totally what I do. So allowing this happiness and this fulfillment, this new chapter to unfold without overthinking or overanalyzing too much. And maybe that means, seeing someone for help. Maybe it means going to a therapist and talking through it, or finding a coach, or working with a healer to really, help move this kind of energy so that it doesn't end up, so that our thoughts don't end up stabbing this beautiful new chapter that we're starting. So the overall energy of this reading for your general check-in is this Four of Swords in reverse. This is a super scary looking card. It's like a coffin and he's sleeping and he's got this little prayer hands going on. And the 3 swords are on the wall, like it's done. But it's really just, it's not that scary of a card actually. They're just, there's very literal, dramatic pictures to get the message across. But this card is about rest to me and recuperation, meditation. So it is in reverse. So maybe we just aren't doing that enough. And it would be good to do more of those things. Rest, recuperation, meditation, especially if this kind of energy comes up a lot. And even this gets tiring, trying to hold on to everything so tight. So just allow a little bit more rest. I know that can be really challenging for some folks, if you get nightmares or something like that. So really, yeah, just try to find those things that make you a little bit easier, like chamomile, like lavender. And I know like that's not gonna be enough for some people, but it really is like building up these resources over time. So maybe you just start drinking this kind of tea like here and there, or every day if you wanted to, at night, and or even during the day. That's fine too, as long as you don't put yourself to sleep all the time. But maybe it is just like adding one thing at a time and allowing ourselves to be easy, and over time all of the different decisions that we make add up and give ourselves a better life. So that's it for your reading. I'm going to leave you here. You can give me a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, hit that little notification button, and I am hoping to do more of these. It's been pretty fun so far. I wasn't sure how it would go, but I've quite enjoyed this, and I'd like to do more. So please let me know if it resonated. If you want more, that is how I'm going to make my decision on whether I continue, is if people want it. So let me know, and thanks so much for being here. Bye! Hi, pile 3. So we've got your chevron. No, sorry, this isn't the chevron. That was pile 2. This is your amethyst point. And I think this is so pretty. Isn't it gorgeous? I got this from my favorite crystal shop in Crawford Bay in BC. And it's just got such a great energy in that shop. I love it so much. And this is one of my favorite crystals. It's gorgeous. So good choice. I'm going to put that guy here. And we've got so many oracles for this group. I feel like I'm going to lose my breath. But we're going to start. So we've got Yarrow with Harmony. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys, because these cards are so pretty. Yarrow, Harmony. And we've got, ooh, I haven't seen this one, Angel's Trumpet with Death. Ooh, so some new beginnings for pile 3. And then we've got Kava Kava, and I'm going to take it in reverse, but I want to show you guys the gorgeous imagery. And this is with Community. And then we've got Wait, It's Not Time Yet, Things Are Being Woven. And The Void. Stop, Embrace Winter, Great Cosmic Womb. Ooh, I like this because it is winter for me in the northern hemisphere, so perhaps, and this is just like so dark, isn't that cool? And it's right underneath the Death card, and they've got these like dark circles in them. How cool is that? That's so neat. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so, oh right, I forgot to say, so beginner alert. This is a general reading, so I'm also just checking in for the energy at the time. So you can, and it's timeless, so you can come back to this whenever. And perhaps you're feeling drawn to pile 3 today, and in a few months from now, or a year, or like whenever you feel called, if you do, you come back and you want to check out a different pile's energy, or maybe you want to check out a different pile's energy today because there's messages for you too. That is totally fine. You can go into the different piles. I'm kind of channeling, so I almost forget what the other pile's messages were, but they were quite different. Interesting. Yeah. I'm just totally in this energy right now. And even though this has like death and this like stop, embrace winter, the void, the cosmic womb, with these like new beginning type energies, and ending type energies, this energy feels amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I feel just like super happy. Maybe that's just because I really am enjoying reading tarot, but I think it has to do with the energy of this group too. Anyway, I'm going to read from the Oracle books, the Herbal Astrologies for this top row by Adriana Ayalis and So Good. So Yarrow, number 15, with harmony in the upright. Equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourished psychic shield. Ooh, that's great. Divinatory empathy and sensitivity. So if your psychic shield is nourished, I didn't even know that was a term that could be used with psychic shield. Why not? That is really good. Strong, potent, you've got protection. And maybe you need it because you're going through a crazy time. But you're protected. And this might be something you've been doing. You've been actively making sure that your protections are up. And if you've been doing that, this is a sign that it's working. And if you haven't actively been doing that, then this is a sign that your guides and angels are doing that for you. So this book has the history and different astrology of the plants, but I'm just going to briefly dive into the guidance. I'm not going to read all of it because you've got so many oracles. But it says, if you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries to regain balance. So that could be another interpretation, that you do need to set your psychic shield up. Use your empathic abilities as grounding cords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic field and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron, move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Self-reflection is a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Yara's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Beautiful. And your astrological ruler is Venus, planet of love. Number 46. Angel's Trumpet with Death. I'm excited to read this one. I used to be scared of these kinds of cards, and I actually love them so much now, because on the other side of death, ooh, there's just like so much juiciness. Herbs of Pluto. Cool. So, in the upright, which it is, breakdown, cathartic transformation, rising from the ashes, elimination, death, shedding the old. So yeah, you've definitely got that phoenix rising from the ashes type energy. And your astrological rulers are Pluto, which is totally fitting because Pluto is the planet that just like kind of rips things out of your life that aren't meant to be there anymore. And Mars, which is very like war fighting type energy. So the guidance is Angel's trumpet signals a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness. But know the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. Which is so interesting because I get such a good vibe from this pile. So even though you're going through this like crazy transformation, there's so much good on the other side. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, so coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the broken pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. A bat, like Angel's trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn-out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. Yeah, so you might be feeling totally like torn apart right now. And while I give you my condolences, and I'm not actually sure what's going on in your life, and it might be very, very hard for you, just know that you're not alone. Other people have gone through these periods of really significant change, and I have myself, and I know what's on the other side, and I'm so happy for you. Because imagine if you'd stayed in the energy you were in before and where your life would be then. Ugh. I don't even want to think about where I'd be if I didn't die and transform so many times. Life is way better now. So I'm excited for you guys. And look, you've got a little point here too, just like your amethyst point. Cute. And you've got an angel. Angel of death. Look it out for you. And skull cap. That might be something you might be interested in too. 48. Kava Kava. It's another Pluto herb. Pluto and the moon with community. So it's in reverse. It was like that. I'm gonna just show you the card. It's in reverse. So separation, seriousness, not wanting to connect with others, and loneliness. So you need to reach out to community. If you're going through this dark night of the soul, this period of blackness, like this little path is leading into this black hole, reach out to people. Don't forget to include your community, because other people have gone through shit and they can help. And maybe the community you were in wasn't helpful, was harming you, and maybe you need to find some new community. And that's, not always easy, and it takes time, but it's totally possible. I've found new communities multiple times, and I'm really, really grateful for them. So you can do it too. The guidance here is, I'm going to show you both. Kava's energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting us in surrendering. Ooh, nervous system. So maybe you want some nervous system healing. Maybe you want to do some somatics, work with a somatic practitioner, do some EMDR, something like that. I'm not totally sure if EMDR works with the nervous system, but I think it does. Although you might be amid an important moment in your life, remember that you don't have to do it alone. When you widen your circles intentionally, you receive support from the universe and others to join you on the path. To fully draw upon Butterfly's medicine, it gently invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment. Are you a protector, creator, connector, or visionary? And how does that correlate this moment in your life alongside your personal evolution? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly? So oftentimes, finding your purpose within your community and the parallels with your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. So yeah, it is about finding that where you belong, how you can serve others, and how you can ask for support and connection and healing from others. And perhaps you need some alone time in a hermit mode, but this card is saying, or maybe you needed some hermit time. This card is saying that it's time to find your people now. And also, what I've experienced too is that sometimes the people can be the same people, but your relationships with them grow and change, and how you interact with them changes. So maybe you take a break from some people for a certain time and then you come back to them and the way you relate is different and it's much more nurturing and grounding. Or maybe you've just changed and the way you relate to them is different, and that's all it takes to really feel nurtured again. Or maybe, yeah, it's just a matter of perspective. Moving on to the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Also a beautiful deck. So gorgeous. We have Weight. So, yeah, maybe you're trying to push ahead on something. But the universe needs more time to get your manifestations in order. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you guys can look at it, take a screenshot if you want to read it. Yeah, and it says it's not time yet. Things are being woven. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world, where an instant response is so often expected and at times even a currency, it can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. That's so true. I was thinking about my phone today and how if I don't respond for a few hours, I'm like, oh no, like they're gonna be mad. But then I go on a camping trip or something and I'm out of service for days. I'm like, oh, whatever. So it's all about perspective. We're so often in overdrive expecting instantaneous results over and over again. And when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often, not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean, wait, it's not time yet. The details are being woven. And this is so beautiful because our guides can do so much. And this, I'm pretty sure it's Aso Tarot that went on a rant about this. Shout out to the queen, Aso Tarot, who is an amazing tarot reader and who is one of my biggest inspirations to get my own channel started. So thank you, and thank you to Kino Tarot as well. They're both amazing goddesses, and the fact that I can even call them queens and goddesses means I've come such a far way. So thank you both. Definitely go check them out. But Aso Tarot, what was I saying? she's basically went on this tangent about our guides and how they're doing so much and how they're trying to keep up with us, being like, oh, I want this, oh no, I want that, and then changing our minds and everything. They're trying to like have other people with their own free will like play into it, and they're doing so much, and we just have to give them some time sometimes, and we've got to help them out because they can do a lot in the 5D, but we're in the 3D, so we also need to do our part and not be so entitled is the gist of it. But yeah, check her out if you want to maybe find that rant. I have no idea what video it's in, but she's good. So her stuff, I think you'll like it. And our Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how can you slow down, be more patient, and wait? Oh, and then the Void. Just held that book up for so long. I'm new to this. The Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So I'm going to hold it up so you can screenshot if you want to read the whole thing. But basically, everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. And I don't feel called to read any of this except for the Starseed Soul Inquiry. Not because it's not good, but because I think I have my own take I want to share. Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how are you being called to surrender to the unknown mystery of your life? Whew. The Void. I just started feeling like this rush of, not even a rush, like this bubbling volcano energy of like, whoa, like things are moving, things are changing, things are being birthed. It's kind of uncomfortable, but also feels kind of good. And it's like this feeling of everything is like, oh, black and like this card just, there's nothing, and at the same time it's everything all at once, like everything on a bagel. If you get the reference, you'll know. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So winter is like, yeah, darkness, time to look inside and just allow the universe to give birth to the new you. I am feeling like a little bit nauseous. And okay, so it kind of feels like and I'm like dissociating a bit, and I don't know if this is Kino or Isotero, but they were basically saying like when they feel, maybe it's Kino, when they start feeling kind of spacey, it's like there's this high level being that's coming in that wants to have a message. And the energy's a lot to channel. So it's making me a little bit spacey and nauseous, which is totally fine. I just hope that I can get the message through. Basically, I think the energy of this group is so good, and it's, yeah, just such a transformative energy, this like butterfly emerging from the cocoon type energy, or phoenix rising from the ashes, which, what a cool mythological creature. I love phoenixes. It's really just about allowing yourself to be in the womb and to let yourself be nurtured there, because babies can't be born until they're 9 months old. If you're born early, there's health risks, and it can cause problems for you as a newborn baby. So wait. It's basically just saying like, wait, you're in the womb, allow yourself to develop and grow to the point where you can be born. And maybe it feels like you're not doing anything. Maybe it feels like you're not going anywhere, but there's so much happening inside and in your nervous system and in your psyche, your subconscious, your soul, that is happening, and maybe it's happening outside of you as well. Maybe there's certain things that need to come into alignment, and different people that need to come in, and you know, maybe someone's acting on free will and isn't cooperating with some sort of plan, and adjustments need to be made, and just allowing that to develop so that things can come at the right time is so important. And I know from my own experience where I just really wanted this one thing to happen, and it was like 3 years too early, and it seemed like I was gonna have to wait forever, and there was so much angstiness and impatience in me, and I just decided to wait and work through it and let things develop. And the way that the situation played out was so amazing. It was like the best it could have been, and I'm so happy that I waited and that I didn't force it, because it's just so worth it, even though there was moments crying on the floor and in major panic modes, and there was just so much uncertainty and doubt that it was ever going to play out the way that I wanted it to. And now it has, and I'm so thankful for it. And it's not exactly what I thought, but it is exactly as it needs to be. And I'm just really grateful that it turned out how it did. So maybe you guys need the same kind of patience, and it's not hard, and you can feel impatient while being impatient. That's one of the things that is actually little known to people, that you can be really patient while feeling impatient. So maybe try that one on. Anyway, we're gonna get to your tarot now. Thank you, being, whoever you were, for that message. That felt really important. Oof, that was a lot of energy. Whoa. All right, shuffling. Yeah, so I'm shuffling on camera. I am a newbie tarot reader. Oops, hair, sorry. There's animals that visit me. My landlord has a puppy and a cat, so sometimes there's hair around, but it's worth it. Yeah, I'm a newbie tarot reader, so I'm still getting the hang of things. I'm not even trying to attempt bridge on camera. Yeah. I'm just doing my best. Okay, so for the other groups, we had 6 tarot cards, and then the back of the deck energy. We're gonna see how many want to come out for you, because you got so many oracles. Okay, you can come. Ooh. Yeah, judgment. That's fitting. What else wants to come up for pile 3? We're reading the current energies, energy check, what's going on. Whoop. Take you guys. Okay. And so we're gonna go, this is kind of like past energy moving towards future. And one more. Chariot. And back of the deck is, oh, Ace of Wands. Cool. So we have got Judgment, and as you can see, there's like these gray bodies in coffins, and they're like rising up when the angel calls. So it's really fitting with this like rebirth type death energy that you've got going on. It is about making a decision, and oh my gosh, I just had a panic that the phone wasn't recording. Newbie. So I had to check, and it made me pause. Okay, anyway, judgment. Maybe you have moments where you like panic that you forgot to do something, or because that used to happen to me a lot more, and less now that I've done so much healing. But I used to have these moments of like, oh my god, like I left the stove on, or I didn't lock the doors, or not that I lock my door here, but you didn't need to know that. What else? Just that I like forgot to do something important, and that because I forgot that thing, people are gonna hate me, and I'm gonna lose all my opportunities. And just like would make such a big deal out of nothing. It would just be like this jolt of panic out of nowhere, and maybe that happens for you guys. So maybe some more healing would be good. I've found EMDR and somatics with my therapist immensely helpful, amongst a ton of other things like Reiki and learning human design, astrology, and tarot. But yeah, maybe there's something in there for you. Anyway, judgment. Yeah, maybe you're feeling judged by others, or you're judging yourself or others harshly. So just lighten up on that. You're going through this energy, and like some people never get to this point in their entire lives. They never have a rebirth. They never have an ego death. They never have this moment of challenge and like like being tempered in the fire of you're so challenged that it changes your perspective, and you learn and you grow, and it just makes you a more valuable human, really, to be honest, and much more compassionate to other people. And even though it feels horrible when you're going through it, there can just be so many lessons from it that you wouldn't fully realize otherwise, because there's no teacher like pain. Anyway, not that that's the only teacher, but it's like a Kensho versus Satori moment, where I think those are the terms. Basically, it's the Japanese terminology that says you either grow from pain or you grow from inspiration. And this is seeming like the pain type growth. So then we have the Queen of Wands. So wands are about passion, excitement, and Queen is a pretty high court card. She's got a ton of yellow, which is really happy. And so, and this is like kind of past energies moving into the present. So maybe you were in a really like golden happy time. And maybe you have a cat, or maybe you have a spirit animal that is in the shape of cat, form of cat. But basically, the Queen of Wands here is saying maybe you were like really confident in yourself, and this boss lady who like really knew who you were, and this experience of being reborn and this death is kind of shaking that up. But you are this at your core, and it's coming back. Like, you don't have to worry about that. This is just because you've already embodied this, it's just gonna be so much easier to get back to that feeling, that energy. And then we have here Page of Wands in reverse. So court cards, and these can be people, like maybe this is a person in your life, a mother figure or something like that. Oh, maybe for some of you, you've had a mother figure pass away onto the other side. My condolences if that's the case. And I am sure you miss them a lot, and having their energy gone from your life is shocking, and could have been kind of tragic, to be honest. But they are here coming from the other side to tell you that they are still here, and you can connect with their energy. So maybe that this is the other group, but maybe finding some meditation or some ways to communicate with them where you like just silence your mind can help you connect with them. And maybe that's why you kind of are withdrawn from community a bit, is from deep grief. So finding places to process your grief and where that's not going to be judged. And your grieving process can take as long as you need it to. If people are judging you for still being sad about something, even if it's been a long time or like longer than the norm, and our culture does not allow us to grieve for long enough, it's okay to just let yourself still be sad and to find the people that are going to allow you to be where you're at with that. But they are here, and they want you to find the joy in life. They want you to be happy, and it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful person. The Page of Wands. So this can also be a person with, some sort of passion or excitement. And this person is, the Page of Wands kind of represents new passion or attraction or new love. But with it being in reverse, it's either it's not here in this more present kind of moment. It's, if this is you, like you're not expressing this passion or excitement or new love, or it's being blocked. So finding ways to just be at peace with that. Maybe that's not something you want right now. But if this is something that you want, it is blocked or you're not giving it. So working towards letting this kind of energy in or expressing it. And then we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is actually a great card here. So in your self-worth, self-value, self-love, enjoyment, luxury, your like money, finances, you're actually doing pretty good. You've got some of your ducks in a row. Not sure what this bird is, but call it a duck, even though it's not even, it's like an apple head. Interesting. We'll just say, like, if your finances aren't going well, I'd be surprised. Like, you're putting deposits in the bank, and it's just finances, or it could be like values, self-love, self-worth. So even though you're going through such a hard time, like, you've got some good energies here. So this is really promising and something to, you're definitely going to reap rewards from this in the future. And then in our future we've got the Two of Wands. So this is really like kind of waiting, rather than like Three of Wands being more you're stepping into this new journey. The Two of Wands is you're kind of waiting for something to come in, and then you wait and wait and wait until you get to the Three of Wands where you realize, oh, I need to like make this happen. But for right now, you're just like looking at the world, like, and maybe you are just still in this grieving period where you're kind of just getting your energy back and kind of figuring out how to do life again in a new way after some loss or transformation. And here you're just like in this future, it's kind of like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. He's looking towards this yellow golden light and towards this world here, and starting to see possibilities, starting to see, oh, maybe the energy will change, maybe things will get better. And you can kind of like see there's some brighter light on the horizon. And even though it's like kind of still like gray skies and it's not super colorful, there is movement towards something. Not so much movement, but there is like the idea, like the hope that that is out there again. And the Chariot. So I believe this is Cancer energy, and this is all about movement, fast movement, and balance. We need both of these sphinxes here to pull the Chariot, otherwise it'll get imbalanced and topple over. But this could be like fast action towards something, towards your happiness, towards your joy, and that there is a brighter future ahead, basically. And then for the overall energy, we've got on the back of the deck the Ace of Wands. And so this is like this new passion, new excitement. So even though you're going through this period of transformation and rebirth and death, the overall energy is like, this is making space, making room for something more exciting, and something kind of like the universe is handing you this exciting new idea or hobby, interest, job, person, whatever it is, to kind of grow this exciting energy with. Yeah, so this is your reading, pile 3. I hope you're okay. I hope, you've got some good support systems, and just know you're not alone, and I care about you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the reading, please leave a like. You can subscribe, hit the notification button, and please do let me know if you enjoyed this, if it resonates. Leave a comment. This is how I'm going to decide if I want to keep doing this. It is my first reading, and I did really have a lot of fun. So thank you so much for letting me read your energy. And yeah, just let me know how it resonated, what you want to see more of, less of. Let me know. I want to know. Thank you so much. Bye.